Hi, my name's Catherine Arnup, and this is the fourth in a series of videos that I've made for Abbotsford House here in Ottawa on caring for ourselves during the times of COVID-19. One of the things that's reassured me during the past 3 months has been the idea that we're all in this together. That is, that what I do and what you do helps all of us to get through this pandemic. And so when I think about I'm in isolation or relative isolation, I can't see my grandchildren, I can't hug them, have to socially distance from all my friends. Uh, I feel in some ways reassured or at least less alone when I realize that everyone else is in the same boat. But increasingly, what's happened is that we aren't all in the same boat. And that's become very clear to me, at least, in the past few weeks in Ontario as we've started to open up to business and to some sort of normalcy in our lives. This week we entered what I think is called stage two. It means that we can now go to get our haircut, which I have been looking forward to for quite a while. And we can go out to a patio and have a drink and some dinner or some food. And we can gather together in groups of 10 rather than groups of 5, as long as we're socially distanced. Maybe one of the biggest changes is that we can form a circle, or as it's often called, a bubble of ourselves and 9 other people, so a group of 10, as long as that group of 10 promises that they won't see up close any other people. So it means that we could include our grandchildren and our children, for example, and we could hug them and hang out with them and even look after the grandchildren, and that's a big change. However, it would mean for our children that they maybe couldn't include their friends and their friends' children in that bubble. And so there's some hard decisions for people to make. For me as well, it makes me wonder if I'm allowed to go to Toronto and visit my youngest grandchild, who just turned 15 months and who is, it seems to me, rapidly growing up, despite or without me. I realize this happens naturally, and I'm excited to see it in photographs and in videos and on FaceTime, but I really want to see her in person and to hug her and my daughter and her husband and to just hang out in a relaxed way. Is that a safe thing for me to do? And it seems like no one really has the answers for that. Maybe I shouldn't expect them to, but I feel confused as I walk down Bank Street here in Ottawa and see people at patios and lined up for ice cream and for getting their bike tuned up. And I wonder, is that okay for me? Or does life go on and I keep trying to avoid groups of people? One of the clear things is I would be safest if I stayed in my bubble of 2 and we went for walks and we saw people at a distance of 2 meters. That would be the safest thing for me to do, at least in terms of my physical health. But is it the safest thing overall in terms of my psychological, emotional, and physical health? And that's where things get tricky. Dr. Vera Etches, our medical officer of health here in Ottawa, says that really you have to look at yourself, your own life, your own health, and circumstances to decide what's best for you. And what's best for some other people may not be what's best for you. I agree with that, and yet I find myself wanting to say, well, I know I'm 70, but I don't feel like it. So, and then I want to be able to do what other people are doing. It's hard. It's really hard. And I hope that we can have conversations on FaceTime, on Zoom calls with each other at a distance about what is best for us and about how to proceed as we get back to some sort of, I guess, post COVID or still during COVID normal. And I think that we need to remember to support one another in these times, exciting as it is to be able to go get our hair cut, we also need to support one another in the challenges that lie ahead for us. So thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.